Put your hands in the air right now.
What's up, y'all? This is Sean Nelson, the actor from the film Fresh, The Wood, the TV show The Corner, and you're watching POSSETV. That was fun. You know, we had a lot of fun on that. Like I always tell people, the situation with the younger characters, which I played, you know, with me and the other two guys, it was kind of like that in real life because I was the new guy. We shot it in LA, and I happened to be out in LA to audition for it, and, you know, I booked. So, you know, when I was out there, these guys were taking me around, showing me around, and, you know, it's like, okay, it's the new Jack. It's the new guy here. And we were just tearing up LA, well, you know, on the after hours, you know what I mean? But, you know, it was fun. It was just like that on the set and off the set, how you saw it on camera. We was always just bugging out, having a good time, and, you know, we didn't really get to hang out with the older guys as much. We didn't shoot any scenes with them because we were playing them, you know what I mean? But, you know, there was a point where we did, where I did go out to hang out with Omar just to, you know, so we'd be able to play the same dude. You know what I mean? We had to play, he had to play me older. So, you know, we had lunch one time and, you know, just kind of connected a little bit and figured each other out. And I think it, you know, it was a cohesive thing where we both played Big Mike pretty well, you know what I mean? I feel like there's more opportunity now, but, you know, there's still room for, you know, even more. You know what I mean? You could definitely, there's a whole bunch of different characters that we can play. And, you know, sometimes we get pigeonholed in being the thug, or, you know, the strong black guy that's just there, you know, just for that, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, we could be the doctors, which you see, and we could be the president, which was in one of those TV shows. I don't remember the name of it, but, you know, there was a black president in the TV show before we had a black president, I believe. So, you know what I mean? We could do a lot more of that. And I'd like to see a lot more of that, and I'd like to be offered a lot more of that. You know what I mean? Let me play the lawyer, let me play the doctor. I can do that. Yeah, I mean, you know, I did a film with Dustin Hoffman. It was called American Buffalo, and also Dennis Franz was in that, and we were the only 3 people in this whole movie. It was it's kind of a cult classic, I'd say, because it was a play that we made into a film. And it was written by David Mamet, and, you know, it was this big play that when I first did it, I didn't really understand it. It's, you know, the wording and the language was so different for me, but, you know, as I get older, I appreciate it a lot more, and I enjoy it. I even actually did the play some years ago at the Berkshire Theaters out in Massachusetts, and I just was loving it, like, oh, now I can get it. Now I understand what he's saying and the cadence of it. And I did that play with what's his name, Chris Noth, who's Mr. Big from Sex and the City. He played Teach, and Jim Frangione, who played Don in that one. But you know, the one with Martin Sheen, that was the one called A Stranger in the Kingdom. And in that one I played this young kid that moved to this town with his father. His father was a preacher, and this town was in need of a new preacher, I believe. And there was like no black people in this town, so, you know, it was kind of something where, like, someone gets murdered and they blame us, the new guys, the new black guys. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what that one was about. But, you know, it was cool working with all those dudes, man. And I've been blessed to work with a lot of names, and I appreciate being able to work alongside them. And I want to do a lot more of that, you know, definitely want to come to that level where people are like, oh yeah, I worked with Sean Nelson. That's what's up. Corner, you know, that was another one of the classics for me. I mean, I always say the projects that people know me for the most are Fresh, The Wood, and The Corner. And with The Corner, you know, we did that out in Baltimore. It was kind of the predecessor to The Wire. And, you know, it was just based on this family where, you know, both of the parents were drug addicts, and the son, you know, becomes a drug dealer. He's a product of this relationship, and he's a drug dealer, and you know, in the end, he ends up also using drugs and abusing them. And actually, I want to say either last year or the year before, that character actually really OD'd in real life. The character I played, DeAndre McCullough. So rest in peace, DeAndre. But you know, it was one of those real looks into the life of these people in Baltimore and how they lived on this corner. You know what I mean? How the corner kind of dictated their life, you know, and kind of just kept them there, and they couldn't get out. Like, it was the father, you know, he had money at one point. He had his life in control, but, you know, drugs just took all that away. And, you know, just a look into that life and, you know, kind of trying to steer people away from it, I guess. You know, that was kind of what we wanted people to get, you know, like, you know, it ain't a game out there, man. Well, I mean, before anything, I'm an actor, and I've always been proud of what I've done as an actor. And, you know, I appreciate when I get the recognition for my work. So I guess one of my fondest memories, I guess, as an actor would be winning the Spirit Award for Fresh, which was for my best debut performance. You know, it's an independent film award, and you know, it was my first movie, and you know, I didn't expect to get any of that, you know, any accolades from it. I just was like, I'm doing a movie. You know, I didn't even know if it was gonna come out, but it was just good to be on set and doing something like that. But you know, the movie came out in theaters, and you know, I won some awards. I won a special jury award from Sundance, also for best debut performance. And you know, that it was just great to be recognized for that, you know, and I definitely want to make it to the, you know, the Academies and Oscars too, you know. That'll be awesome. I mean, just definitely follow your dreams. If you feel like you want to be an actor, you want to be an artist, you know, you gotta follow your dream. Don't give up. I know a lot of cats that I came up with in this game that, you know, just kind of quit because it's tough and it's not really, you know, it's not always friendly. It's not always gonna work out, you know, the first time or the second time or the third time, but you gotta keep chipping away, you know, and hopefully that masterpiece will show itself sooner or later. But, you know, you just gotta stick with it, man. And I mean, you know, you may think that, you know, things fell into place easily for me, but it really hasn't. I had to go to school. I feel like I paid my dues a little something, and I might have more dues to pay. So, you know, I'm with it either which way, man. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is what I do and this is what I love to do. So, you know, definitely want to stick with it and, you know, follow your dream, man. Well, I think music, I think music drives me in a lot of ways. And I mean, in the films, I love how, you know, music helps tell the story. And that's one thing that I love about music too. I mean, you know, in my life, you know, I gotta use music when I'm going to the gym or I'm running, you know what I mean? It's like, it helps me get through my day a lot of times. But in film, it's just, you know, when I see with Breaking Point, when I saw it without the soundtrack, without the score, it was kind of just this raw images and, you know, kind of just blah, like there, you know what I mean? But once you put all that on there, the music, it just makes it an actual film, you know, and it sells the emotions, it sells the story. And I mean, you know, it's definitely a beautiful thing to see that happen, man. And I mean, music, you can do that. Definitely keep an eye out for Breaking Point. We're trying to bring it to as many states as possible. And I mean, I feel like it's an exciting piece. You know, it's got the elements of action, suspense, some comedy here and there, although it is a dramatic piece. But you know, it's definitely a good project that I think people will enjoy. So keep an eye out for it. Follow it on Facebook and look for the website. We'll definitely post where it'll be, and you know, hopefully we'll be saying that we got distribution and we'll be in this many theaters, and you know, check it out at that time. So we'll see, man. I mean, it's an exciting ride, and you know, hopefully we'll have some more to come after that, and it won't just stop at Breaking.